I collected 8 knots for you that I often use. They can have a lot of purposes. You can tie them to anchor points, you can make loops. Maybe you need to tension the rope and you need some slide and grip knots as well. For a lot of purposes I collected these knots for you. So let's get into them. Our first knot is a quick release. As the name implies, it is quickly released by pulling the end. I use this knot to tie my top to a tree, but you can use it for a lot of purposes. For example, tying a canoe to a tree, and once you're in the canoe you can just pull the end and you're good to sail away. I'll show you the knot. First, you just look into your left hand and the main rope is on your wrist. Just pull the end a little bit with your right hand so you can make a loop with 3 fingers of your left hand. This is the loop. The main rope goes on top of the loop, and now you make with your right hand a loop that goes through this small loop and slide the knot against the tree. You see, it's very solid, but by pulling the end it releases. The second knot is the slide knot. As the name implies, it can slide, but it can also grip. And it's very useful to build up tension on the rope. I use this to build up tension on both rope ends of my tarp. Nice thing is that it also quickly releases. The slide knot. It's very important, let's say, to think from above. Because with the right side, so with the end of the rope, you make 3 wraps. This wrap needs to be organized, so grab it with your left thumb. Then on the right side, you also make a small loop from above. I call this often the tunnel. Hold it with your thumb as you pull the absolute end with your middle finger towards you. This is the slide knot. By holding the main rope, you can now slide and tension the rope. By pulling the end, it also quickly releases. The third knot is called the trucker's hitch. Originally, this knot is used to fasten cargo on a truck. And a lot of tension is needed. So if you need a lot of tension on a rope, this is a very practical and also easy knot. My version is also the quick release. Alright, first of all, you need to make a slip knot, so a loop into the rope just before your anchor point. So you see there is our tree, so we make a slip knot right here. A slip knot is actually, I realized, it's not 8 knots that I show you. It's actually 9, but an extra knot is always a bonus. Right, slip knot. So you make a loop in such a way, the end is on top, and then you pull a loop through the loop. This is a slip knot. So now the rest of the rope goes around the tree. Here is a little slip knot. The end is pulled through the knot, and now you can build up the tension. As you can see, there is a lot of force here on this bend. Just clamp it firmly with your left hand, and now with this loop you wrap it around the rope and you tighten it a little bit towards the main rope. This is it. And it's still a quick release. So if I now pull the end, it releases. For all the quick releases, just a small tip. If you want it to not quick release, just use, for example, this small little stick so it doesn't quick release. Of course, if you want to release it, remove the stick and just pull the end. Nice about this slip knot is that it slips and you can just pull it and also the slip knot releases. The fourth knot is the pulley knot. Maybe you recall those moments that you wrap rope around your hand in order to bring tension on the rope, and the problem is that it always hurts. And there is a very comfortable knot for this, so the pulley knot. The pulley knot. The beginning is actually the same as the slip knot. You make a loop where the rope is on top. Just hold it here with your thumb. Then with your index finger and thumb, you bring them a little bit into the loop. Grab the main rope and then you have a small opening here. You grab a stick and pull the end a little bit so the knot is tight around the stick, and now it's very comfortable to bring a lot of tension on the rope. So our fifth knot is the Prusik. Very simple, very effective. Just as the second knot, it slides. And of course it grips, because with no tension on it, it easily slides over the rope. But with a little bit tension to one or the other side, it firmly grips. This Prusik is very simple to do. Just go with one end around the main rope, and you see, to distinguish, I have this lashing knot, and you pull that 1, 2, 3 times through this loop, and then you just pull it, and then it's one mess, but you need to organize it a little. And that's important, otherwise it doesn't grip at all. As you can see, it's organized. It can slide easily, but if you just pull it to one side or the other, it firmly grips. Sometimes you just need a loop. In my case, I use loops in the ropes of my tent or tarp to set them with tent pegs. The figure 8 loop is very handy for that. Okay, a figure 8 loop. Just take your rope double. The end, so this loop, goes around the back, also around the front now, and where my thumb and index finger of my left hand are now, there the end goes through. It's called a figure 8 because it has that 8 shape. Okay, so sometimes you just need more loops into your rope. Then the Alpine butterfly knot is more practical. It's very easy. Just grab the rope with both hands and also make with both hands 2 loops. The right loop is going over the left one. Just pull this loop I hold with my left index finger towards you, and that loop goes through the loop where my thumb is. That's your loop. Sometimes you have two pieces of rope and actually want to use one. So what you want to do is to lash the ropes together. And there is a lashing knot for that, and it's called the sheet bend. Okay, the sheet bend. One rope, you take the end double, so you have a loop. Then the other rope goes through from underneath, so through the loop. Then underneath and back underneath, let's say this brown rope, and you then pull the end of the brown rope. Now it's lashed together. If you're done using your rope, make sure it's an organized bundle ready for your next usage. I'll show you how to organize it with your hand. Just have the end at your pink and wrap it around your thumb. Then it is wrapped around your thumb and then between your ring finger and pink. Then again over your thumb and so on. Takes a little hand coordination. So you just repeat this until you have the end with a length of about ½ meter. Take the bundle from your hand, grab it firmly, and then the rest of the rope is wrapped around the bundle until you have 10 or 20 centimeters left. Wrap it around your index finger and then take a loop through the rope of your index finger and just pull it. As you can see, this is also quick release. So for the next time I will be using the rope, I can just throw it and it unfolds very nicely. Ready for your next adventure. Thanks for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed watching all the knots I often use. Now it's just one thing for you, is grab a piece of rope and start practicing. See you in the next video.